I'm hoping that that was the stage fighting and not a real slap. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon here, coming to you on a very special day. We are officially beginning Season 2 of Victorious. I can't believe it myself. Seems like it was just the other day that I was finishing the Ned's Declassified series and asking you all what you wanted me to do, and here we are in Season 2 of 3 of Victorious. And this episode to kick off Season 2 is called Beck Falls For Tori. And other than the obvious, I don't know what this is about. I don't really watch these or try not to read too much about these beforehand. So I see in this randomly selected still frame, and I just click on a random spot in the episode. I see Tori here standing in the hallway at Hollywood Arts, just sort of standing there. So not many clues on this one. Sometimes the random still frame sort of gives me a clue as to what's going to happen, but I have no idea. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, take a minute and click the button below to subscribe. Also, don't forget, I have playlists out there. A lot of you guys like to watch certain series, whether it's SpongeBob or Ned's or Victorious or whatever it may be, certain shows. I have everyone on a playlist, so check it out if that helps you. But without further ado, let's get into the episode.
Just tell us where the girl is.
I told you I don't know.
Okay, if you don't know, you don't know.
These kids, oh, is she about to slap him? I always pause at the worst points, and I'm sorry about that. Why do I do that? I haven't seen these before. Like, I do not watch these beforehand, so the reactions that you're getting here are authentic first-time reactions. So these kids are really good actors, and I sound like a broken record, but they're good actors in real life, playing good actors on the show, acting. So I always enjoy these little improv scenes that they often start with at the show or at the start of an episode where they're in Psychowitz class, and looks like this is going to be one of those.
Get your partner off of me.
And I'm not sure, I'm hoping that that was the stage fighting and not a real slap. That wouldn't be necessarily a potential suspension, especially if Beck wasn't necessarily offended by it. You could say, well, I got carried away or whatever, but you're not supposed to actually hit the person, obviously.
You better tell her what she wants to know.
You got 3 seconds to talk.
I don't know if that was real, but that looked realistic. My goodness.
She's in my basement. She's in my basement.
Boring.
Really? Really, Psychowitz? I didn't think it was boring.
That was boring?
Yeah, it was all too predictable. There were no surprises.
I enjoyed the slapping.
What?
See, entertainment is so much more entertaining when the characters do things the audience doesn't expect.
I mean, that is true. That is true, I guess. So he's trying to take their acting to a new level. They're already acting the scene well. Now he wants them to like be more creative with the plot that's literally generated right in the moment of the actors' minds acting the scene. So he's trying to take their acting to the next level. I've said many times before that Psychowitz would be like a really good teacher. He is a really good teacher. He just has certain things that gets him in trouble quite often. He's gotten a lot of potential firings so far in this series on this YouTube channel.
All right, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let's move on to something else. Let's talk about our hope.
He's got shoes. I just noticed that. He's got shoes. Maybe they decided for Season 2 he needs to be in compliance and not get himself in even more trouble.
And dreams. Tori,
Psychowitz.
what's your biggest hope and or dream?
Hopes and dreams.
Probably to be a pop star, a really successful singer.
Psychowitz.
What?
Maybe you could sing at weddings.
Psychowitz. You cannot say that. Even if you believe it's true, even if it is true that this person isn't necessarily good, which I wouldn't say that about Tori by any means, but you can't say that. Is it a potential firing? No. Now, if he did that every day and the principal talked to him about it and he still did it, yes, it would be a potential firing. But no, not at this point. But he may have a discussion with the principal if Tori's parent were to complain about this. You can't go quite that far with it.
For the hearing impaired.
Okay, this is the most fun class ever.
Jade likes it because it's at Tori's expense. That's pretty funny.
You really don't think I can make it as a singer?
Nope.
Unless I think this might be one of these things like the bird scene. If you remember the second episode that I ever did, the bird scene here, this is what he did. He kept saying that she did it wrong, when really it was just fine every single time she did it, but it was like a confidence builder. And he did the same thing actually in Sleepover at Psychowitz's, which was one of the most popular reaction videos on this channel in this series. He sort of does the same thing and acts like, oh, you're just amateurs. You guys can't do method acting, just to get them, riled up enough to accept his challenge. I don't know if that's what he's doing here or if he's really poking fun at her. It's harsh.
You see? You're all staring at me with rapt attention.
So, nice cover, I guess, or it's probably not cover. He wanted to prove a point that he did something that they did not expect, and so therefore he has their attention and providing that example. Now, the truth is that even if this was a nice, teaching technique to get his point across, Tori's parents may still be upset, and Tori may still be upset because that still probably hurt. I mean, what he said, even if he's in the principal's office saying it was just a teaching technique, he's still going to tell him, find another way to do it where it's not at the student's expense.
Why? Because as a teacher, you expect me to encourage my students, not
Yeah, and you gotta watch that, Psychowitz. That's not quite a potential firing either. I would say he probably didn't go quite far enough for that, but he could receive some discipline. If Tori's parents got upset about that, and then you add in this, touching her face, he's gonna receive some discipline. He could be suspended. Staff members can be suspended too. If you didn't know that, that doesn't happen very often. You can be suspended without pay. You can be suspended pending some sort of an investigation, some sort of administrative leave, but he's got to watch it. In my opinion, that's not quite an outright firing, but he's pushing it. He goes a little bit further and he's going to be fired.
Duke on their dreams, right?
Uh-huh.
This is what I was trying to explain. When characters do the unexpected, audiences
He did it again. He did it to him again. That's funny.
pay attention. That's lunchtime. Get out.
Okay.
Tori, hang back a sec.
No, I'm scared.
I mean, I can't say I blame her that much.
Just listen. How would you like to do something exciting?
Could I have more detail?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the episode The Diddley Bops, where he says, how would you guys like to do something for money? She's like, I need some more details, when really he wanted them to perform for that birthday party. If you remember that, that was a fun little episode, but let's keep going.
My friend Jenny is a casting director. She's working on a new movie. They need a spunky teenage girl to play the best friend of the lead. Would you like...
And I think she could do it, but in terms of spunkiness, that's the word he used. I don't think Tori's probably the most spunky in the group. That's Jade. That's Jade, hands down. But, Tori would be fine too.
to audition?
Wow. I mean, I've never auditioned for a real movie before.
And I've never done a standing backflip, but watch this.
I'm going to guess that wasn't him. I noticed that right before he jumped, you couldn't really clearly see his face, so I'm not sure if that was him or not.
Are you okay?
Oh, not really.
Now you can see his face.
Hi! Look at the new costume I made. Can you guess who I am?
You're little boy Pooh.
Little Bo Peep. All right, can I just tell you guys how much I'm loving my new costume design class?
They're not sure. They want to hear it. And I mentioned before, whenever Kat mentioned makeup, in the one where Tori becomes a zombie, I think it's called Tori the Zombie. That one was a really good episode too. But I mentioned that I've never heard of a full-blown makeup class. I'm not saying students don't learn that, but I'm not used to it being a whole entire course unto itself that lasts a whole semester or a year. You have theater classes and you have theater tech classes. At the art school that I worked at as an administrator for 2 years, there was a fashion class, but it was its own program, its own major, just like the theater program or the band or chorus or visual art or any of the other ones. There was a fashion program where you would design clothes and make the clothes too. And I believe they would sometimes make things for the theater department. I don't think the theater kids would make their own costumes, although I'm sure they did that to a point. I just never noticed it myself. But there was a fashion program that definitely did those kinds of things that Kat is describing.
Hey, will you guys take a look at my headshot and resume?
Sure, what for?
Psychowitz got me an audition for a movie.
I don't care.
You look 12 in this pic.
Well, that was the last time I was shot by a professional photographer.
My brother got shot by a clown
Why?
because my brother kept poking him and saying, "What you gonna do about it, clown? Huh?"
What? I don't know what it is, like the expression, the voice, and the fact that she's in the little Bo Peep outfit makes that pretty funny.
It happened on a bus.
Cat, color the tiger.
Yay, crayon!
Not bad. Jade, distract her with some crayons. That would probably work.
Well, now I have to find a professional photographer.
Did someone say she needs a professional photographer?
Yeah. Do you know one?
Nope.
I thought he was about to offer to do it because he does, you know, the special effects and the lighting. The lighting, I mean, that sort of applies, right?
All right, you gotta work on this resume.
Wait, what's wrong with it?
You only have one play on here.
Well, that's all I've been in.
So? Just say you've acted in more stuff.
Ooh. No, this is actually a very common problem. Not the adding more stuff that you haven't actually done, although that is an issue as well. But high school kids do often really not know what to do when constructing a resume. I know when I was in high school, it wasn't as big a deal not having a resume. It was a very different time, very early days of the internet itself. And so to be able to produce a printed resume was not as easy as it is today by any stretch. But in today's world, you sort of have to have that or begin to learn very early on about what it is and what the format is and what you want to put on there and how it's structured or whatever. And a lot of high school kids simply don't know how. So when they get 16, 17, 18 years old and people ask for that, like, do you have a resume? They're like, you know, what's that? Or how do I do that? Or they create one that's just, it's not good. You know, it's not good, and they just need help and guidance from their teachers and others of how to take everything that they have done and put it in a way that employers are going to want to see. But adding stuff that she hasn't actually done, that's a no-no, because while it may get you an interview, eventually those people are going to find out that you haven't actually done those things, and then it's going to be an issue. She doesn't want to get herself blacklisted or something on her first audition.
Lie?
Yes.
It's not really lying.
It's exaggerated.
It's a lie, okay? It's a lie.
So, back to my resume.
You gotta add more things on the special skills.
Yeah, you put bike riding as a special skill. Who can't ride a bike?
Now, on skills and stuff, I mean, she has plenty to put down, I would think, but the only issue I have so far is adding plays that you weren't actually in. I can tell you from having interviewed and hired many people in the past, teachers and other staff members, if someone puts stuff on their resume that I later find out was just straight up false, I am not hiring that person. I am not talking to that person again. And if someone calls me for a reference for them, I'm like, they lied. You know, they lied. So I respect someone way more if they're honest about themselves, even if they haven't done all that much in their work history so far. If they say, you know, I'm willing to learn, you know, I'm a hard worker, whatever, some of those less tangible things that are going to be important when they start, even if they haven't done that much. I respect that much more than someone who just outright lies on their resume. And people do that in real life.
So, what special skills should I add?
Gymnastics.
Martial arts, skydiving.
And here's her audition. And going back to what they were saying at the lunch table, like, she doesn't need to add skydiving and stuff unless she really does that. She would have plenty of special skills, I would think, that would apply to something like this.
Do it! No! Tell him you love him before you lose him!
But I'm afraid to tell him.
Look, it's been a really, really long time since I've seen you be happy. But ever since you and Keith,
How's your audition going?
I'm in the middle of.
Oh, okay, I got it. So Kat comes in, and I'm guessing that she's going to take Siekowitz's advice and do something unexpected, and maybe she gets the part. Maybe? I don't know if Kat is part of this or not, or if this is intentional, or I don't know what's going on, but let's see.
I'm sorry, who is...
She's my friend Kat.
Brought a superhero?
I bet your left arm is 34 inches long.
It is.
What? Okay. I have so many questions. Why is she here? Why is she in the cat costume? Why did she say that? And how does this guy know how many inches long his arm? I don't know how many inches long my arm is. Do you?
Get out, Kat. Whoosh. I'm so sorry. Where were we?
I really don't need to see anymore.
Oh, you don't?
You're a fantastic actor.
Yeah, and just so you know, I have not done acting auditions. I have done music auditions for different things, and usually if someone says, I don't need to see anymore, that's not typically a positive thing. It means, okay, I know enough to know that I don't want to hire you. That's what that means. It's a nice way of saying that. They'll say, that's enough, or thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's enough. They are typically fairly nice. Some of them can be a bit edgy, but that's usually what that means, that they've heard enough to know they don't need you. But in this case, I guess they're going to hire her, maybe. Let's look and see.
Really? So I got the part?
No.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
But only because you look too much like the star.
I was just thinking that.
Ah, okay. I totally get it.
But
But what? I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, Tori, you need to calm down or you're going to scare them away. If you remember on the episode The Wood, Trina got turned away from the reality show because they said she reeked of desperation. In other words, she was trying too hard. So Tori needs to tone it down just a little bit.
I seem too eager, don't I? But what?
how would you like to be a stunt double?
A stunt double?
Look, I made my tiger purple.
Cat. This is bad even for Cat. I'm starting to worry about her a little bit.
So I said okay.
Really? I had no idea you did stunt work.
I don't. I'm not a stunt double.
Then why'd you accept the job?
I don't know, because I'm stupid.
I don't think it's stupid at all. Even if you're not acting, that's something that you can put on a resume, because I would think part of it is not just the acting, it's the experience working with a production company and being able to adapt to their culture of work and working on a set and knowing your way around a set. That's really, really important. So the position as a stunt double in this movie is not bad at all. And I'm assuming it's for the star of the movie. That's a good job, in my opinion.
All right, wait, why'd they even offer you a job as a stunt double?
Because of my resume. Under special skills, I put gymnastics and karate,
Nah, it's because you looked like her. I mean, that's why they did it.
and that made them think that I could do stunts.
See? You should never lie on your resume.
True.
Will you please just call your casting director friend and get me out of this?
You might not want to do that.
Why not?
You want to get blackballed in Hollywood?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, blackballed or blacklisted, meaning that they all share this information and no one ever hires Tori again because they think she's bad or a liar in this case. So yeah, Jade and Beck are right here. Now, she shouldn't have embellished her resume that much, but I guess what's done is done.
What do you mean blackballed?
In this town, everybody knows everybody.
You make people mad, word gets around.
I guess that's what happened to him, huh?
And then no one will hire you.
Great, so what do I do? Get blackballed or do a stunt and get my face smashed?
I don't know if she's gonna get her face smashed. I mean, that was never part of the conversation.
Stunt doubles rarely get injured,
And you told them you'd do it.
which is a commitment.
Yeah, I mean, this is true. You have made a commitment, and if you do that, and then they settle on you and stop looking for that position, and then you renege on it, that is going to make them mad, or at least cause them to have to do extra work.
So, what's the stunt you're supposed to do anyway?
Fall off a chair.
Fall off a chair.
That's the big stunt you're bugging about?
Ha, you big baby.
Well, it could be dangerous. I'm not a professional stunt girl. I don't know how to fall off a chair and make it look real.
I'm guessing Jade is about to make her fall off a chair and see, you did great. Let's see.
And what if the...
Now, I get her point, but that is a potential suspension for Jade. Do you see that? She didn't just knock the chair out from under her, which would probably still be a potential suspension. She kicked her. She kicked her out of the chair. You definitely could be suspended for that.
Looked good to me.
Spam call interrupted the video. Are you serious?
Ah, there she is.
Tori.
Patrice, this is your stunt double.
Hi, I'm gonna
I mean, she does look like her, doesn't she?
fall off your chair. I appreciate it.
Okay, is this our girl?
Yeah, Tori, this is our stunt coordinator, Gene.
Good to meet you. Really simple stunt.
Right, it's a simple stunt.
Got your chair right here.
My chair right there.
What you gonna sit on?
I sit on it.
When the director calls action, you just fall off the chair.
I fall off the chair.
And through that railing, drop 40 feet and hit the ground down there.
Through the...
Is he kidding? Is he
and
kidding?
drop. I have to fall all the way down there?
onto the air sack.
At first, I thought they were kidding, like he was just making a little joke to mess with her a little bit. But no, she really does have to fall a long distance. But if there's an air sac down there, I mean, she should be fine, right?
Yeah, just don't miss the sack like the last stunt double.
Get out of here!
That's not good. That doesn't make me feel good about it. But, you know, if that pad is big enough, she should be fine.
Wait. The last stunt double missed the sack.
Just by a few feet.
Hey, put the air sack in the right place this time, would ya? Get that dried blood off the floor!
Okay, what are they doing? They didn't clean that up? That's awful.
No, you don't understand. See, I was told I would just be falling off a chair.
Exactly. Off the chair, through the railing.
Exactly, falling off a chair. Now, granted, this is a bit different than simply falling out of a chair onto the floor, but if that pad is big enough and if it's able to support her weight, which Tori doesn't seem like she's that heavy, it should be fine. I don't know if I would have any huge worries about this, but, you know, I do understand it's not what she was anticipating.
Plummeting 40 feet.
Plummeting.
That's a wrap for the day.
All right, everybody. We'll do the stunt later in the week.
Bye. Thank you, monkeys.
We have names.
What? That seems like more a SpongeBob SquarePants type joke.
I don't think you should do the stunt.
I have to. I'll get blackballed in Hollywood if I back out.
To me, it doesn't seem all that bad. To me, the biggest thing is the size of that pad. If that pad is enormous, if it's plenty wide and there's no way she's not gonna fall on it, it should be all right, as long as she doesn't go head first or something like that. Now, from my experience, these type of companies are very professional, and they're not going to put somebody in serious danger. Think about it like this. Even if they didn't care about Tori so much, they don't want her to get injured because, number one, that's financial liability for themselves, and number two, then their stunt double can't do any more stunts. So it's really in their best interest to make things as safe as possible for Tori.
Oh my god, I love your dress.
Thanks. It's what I wear in the movie when I die.
Kat, what up with the crazy costume?
I'm Psychowitz.
You know, I just caught that. I didn't notice what she was wearing, but yeah, she does look just like Psychowitz. That's pretty good. She's even got the coconut there.
We're all gonna come down the set, keep you cool, watch you land safe and sound right on that air sack. Unless you miss it.
Andre, that was not necessary. He was positive, encouraging. It's like, unless you miss it. Oh, man. And I don't know if they would be allowed to do that. She's just a stunt double. Unless you're like the star or whatever, you're not going to be allowed to just bring friends with you. Although it is a fun experience, she is there to work. You can't just bring your friends to watch unless the director or someone with some authority says you can. Not bad. What in the world?
No.
They're not gonna manhandle her like that. That's kind of crazy.
Hey, Tori.
I don't care what you do. Just get me out of this.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, you're gonna land right on that big comfy sack.
Cell phones off, please.
I've been reprimanded. Gotta go.
No.
Yeah, and that is a thing. That is a thing. You can't just talk on the phone on set when they're about to shoot. That would be a huge no-no.
Rolling.
Scene 21 Apple. Take one.
Ready, Tori?
Yeah.
All right. And action!
You can do it.
Now read the note and spill the coffee and fall!
Come on, Tori. That's not going to work. Yeah, look at this guy's face on the right. That's sort of crazy. But that's not going to work, Tori. Just fall onto the pad. I saw that pad. It looks fine, but I can understand her being scared.
Cut! Tori, what happened?
I fell the other way. I think it worked pretty well.
No,
Tori.
you didn't. You need to fall this way, through the railing.
Okay.
You can do it.
Resetting.
And
All right.
action!
Come on. You can do it.
What's that?
Tori, you're going to get yourself fired. You're going to get yourself fired. You need to be careful.
What's going on up there?
I got a text message. I have to pee.
You got a text message that you have to pee?
It's a new app called Pee Minder. Back in a sec.
Tori, you set? Ready?
And I kind of skipped that part, but when Tori went to the restroom, she ran into Beck that had the whole outfit on and now looks just like Tori, or alike enough, I suppose. And he's going to apparently do the stunt. My question will be, are they still going to believe it's Tori and give her the credit for it, or are they going to discover that it's really Beck?
Action!
Here we go.
Pick up your coffee, read the note, and spill the coffee and fall!
Okay, I mean, good, but it's not her. It's not Tori. Are they going to see that?
And cut!
Uh-oh. All right, they didn't see it. I was wondering if they were going to notice.
Did everyone enjoy my stunt? I know I did.
Okay, she pulled it off.
See, it wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it was fun.
You want to do another take?
No, I do not.
Okay, is this the end? Not quite.
Please.
Why?
Guys, I'm mad at myself for chickening out. I feel like a weenie.
The world needs weenies.
I gotta do the stunt.
Just-
Come on, just call your casting director friend and get us on the set, please.
Okay, she feels like she chickened out or did something dishonest and she wants to do the stunt. I guess even if no one's watching, I don't know if she's going to do it by herself or whatever. But, you know, part of me understands this.
You can do it, Tori.
So I'm wondering, how did Sikowitz explain this to them, and did the director find out that she didn't really do it? I'm guessing not, but I'm wondering what was said there.
Okay,
You can do it, especially like that.
here I go. Here I go. Here I go. I can't do it.
Don't be a weenie.
I'm gonna count to 3. No, 10. I'm gonna count to 10, and then I'm gonna...
Okay. Now, that's still really dangerous, and that wouldn't be a potential suspension or anything, but that was sort of dangerous. What if she pushed her at an angle or whatever and she missed the pad? I don't know if she should have done it like that, but she did do the stunt, I guess. That pad is not as wide as I thought it was, though. Sort of narrow. They need to get a different pad. Is this the end, I'm guessing? Yep. All right. All right, well, that's the episode, Season 2, Episode 1, Beck Falls for Tori, which now that I've seen the episode, that title makes a whole lot more sense than it did at the beginning. I wasn't sure what we were getting into there, but really, really interesting look into the professional film world and their acting class, and a lot of stuff for me to talk about in this episode. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching until the end. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know what you thought of the episode. I do also appreciate likes to my videos, as well as subscribers. If you watch this series and you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Click the button below and subscribe, especially if you plan on watching the rest of these Victorious reactions and you're not subscribed. Do yourself a favor so you won't miss any of my future content. But with that, I'll leave the video here. Thanks for watching again until the end. I'll see you on my next video here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.